to the Wealth Identity Conference, Women Owning Their $1 Million Identity. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce Lynn Kitchen, a trailblazer in the financial industry and dedicated advocate for women's financial empowerment. With over 35 years of experience as an investment advisor, Lynn has not only pioneered her own brokerage, but has also successfully built and sold 2 investment advisory firms. Her commitment to giving back has led her to create Money Talks for Women, a financial clinic aimed at transforming women through the power of knowledge. Today, Lynn is here to share her invaluable insights on becoming savvy money managers and investors. Let's dive in and how we can all tap into our inner ace money managers. Welcome, Lynn.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Deb. I'm delighted to be here and I love what you're doing here in the summit.
Thank you. Well, let's start off with Lynn. Can you tell us back to the early days of your career, what drove you to become one of the first women to build your own broker dealership on the West Coast?
Well, we are talking a few memories, decades back, way before computers, I have to say. I was in college and broke, totally broke after putting myself through college. I was selling books door to door, selling advertising store to store, selling programs school to school. I was doing anything I could to earn money and I still was broke. So I asked myself, what do I really need the most? And the answer was, you need money, girl. And so I thought, well, how am I going to not only earn money, but learn money? And I decided, why not go into the money business? I didn't know anything about stocks and bonds. I knew nothing about the stock market. I knew nothing about real estate. I knew nothing about money. Maybe you can relate.
Yes, I can.
I just jumped in, Deb. I absolutely just held my nose and jumped into the deep water. And I decided to become a stockbroker at a time when they were not hiring women as stockbrokers. But I think it was with a lot of persistence that they finally realized I could sell. And that's what they were wanting. So within 4 years of working with the major companies, I decided that I wanted to go alone. So I opened my own broker dealership, and it was an opportunity for me to open the door for other women. And so I hired other women as brokers, men too, but I decided that there was an early chance there. Some women had been opening their own broker dealerships in Wall Street, New York City, but very few on the West Coast. I think I was one of 3 women to start my own broker dealership. And this was back in the early 1980s.
Wow, that is awesome. I like how you said not just earn money, but learn money. That's a key thing there.
Yes, and actually the thinking behind that was, if I ever earned enough money to do something with, to actually invest it, what a concept, then I wanted to know how I was going to invest. What was it going to take? And I knew that was a learning curve because I knew nothing about it. What I did know was there were a lot of people who were successful that I could learn from. In the money business, I thought, if I ever do earn some money, I'm going to learn how to take care of it for the rest of my life.
Awesome. Well, you successfully built and sold 2 investment advisory firms. Can you share what those experiences taught you about wealth creation and management?
Oh, it was a journey. And the first one I was included in this, my first broker dealership, which was the first company that I built and sold. Then I was offered a position with a second investment advisory firm with 2 other gentlemen who were wonderful partners. And together we built that company over several decades and eventually sold that too successfully. So the journey was one of really learning how to not only create wealth for others, but to accumulate money over time. And really, to do that is all about vision. It's about having a vision and an unshakable belief that you're doing something of worth, that you're doing something to achieve something not only for oneself, but you're making an impact for others. And that is what really motivated me. And I'll have to say that thinking back about, I mean, when I really think back that I did that, not just one, but two investment advisory firms over a period of 35 years, I have to say that what it took was really an investment of my soul. It was an investment of my soul in relationship building, and the other was resiliency. How could I really make it through all kinds of challenges, markets that were going up and down, a lot of shifts and changes in the economy, dealing with lots of different kinds of people who had one thing in common: they wanted to build wealth. And so it was an amazing journey. I'd have to say it was a journey. And really, wealth building is a lot like gardening in many ways. You plant seeds, you nurture them, and you watch them grow. And then there is a harvest. There is a harvest.
Well, you said a little bit about your vision. Did your vision change over all of those decades? Did it change, or did it stay the same?
It was the same basic vision, and that was to create wealth for our clients. And in doing that, it's, you maximize wealth for yourself. Now, everyone watching here, why are you working? What motivates you to work? And I think that, it's a paycheck, but also those of us who are entrepreneurs, it's that feeling like we're creating something, we're having an impact, but we must pay ourselves first. And when we do that, then we have an opportunity to create real wealth over time, not only for ourselves, our families, generationally. We get to give back. We get to, create nonprofit impact, all kinds of things that mean something to us.
I like that. Well, Money Talks for Women is a fantastic initiative. What motivated you to start this financial clinic, and what transformations have you witnessed among your participants?
Oh, Money Talks for Women. I mean, it has been a joy. This is the financial clinic, as you mentioned, that I have created now. It's almost like reinventing myself. What am I going to be doing for the next 15, 20 years of my life? I had an epiphany about 18 months ago. That was like a little voice in my head that said, knock, knock, what are you going to be doing with the rest of your life? And hey, are you going to actually die with all that knowledge left in you? And it just shook me to my toes, because after doing a few other careers, after that first 35-year career and playing around with a lot of other different things, I decided, it's my time. This is time to give back. I have a huge amount of knowledge, and I would love to share it. I'd love to teach it. I would love to empower other women, men, of course, but I've been working with men all my life, as you can imagine. And I would love to empower women to really not only have an understanding of what to do with their money, but to get over this lack of confidence factor, to really learn that, yeah, we do have more power than we think we do. We have more knowledge than we give ourselves credit for as women. And I do believe that with a little bit of additional mentorship and knowledge, that most women are hungry for this. This is our time.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And thank you for everything that you're doing today, too, for our audience. So, could you explain a couple of easy strategies that you believe every woman should know to enhance their confidence in making investment decisions?
Absolutely. Some of the strategies that I teach in the Money Talks for Women classes, and let me begin again, because we do have classes for women beginners and also intermediate and also advanced. Some of you are already rather seasoned investors. That's great. And even those who have investment advisors who are managing their money, I find that most women want more understanding on how to communicate. They don't really understand what the money manager is recommending. So I think there's a lot of room for growth. So one of the first strategies that I recommend is to begin in a place where you can ask questions and feel like you're in a safe space. So this is all for women, a safe space where they can feel like they're not going to be criticized. They can ask all the questions they want. There is no such thing as a dumb question. So the first strategy really is to create safety. And that's what I really strive to do. And then I think the second strategy to really help women start is to do inventory, to do some inventory to like a starting point. What do you have? Where are you in your journey? And we begin there. There's always a starting point, and we always have more than we think we do. You know, most of us think, oh, I don't have enough to get started. There's a strategy for every starting point. So I would just say that a major strategy is that we begin right where you are. And then a third strategy that's super important is to learn how to pay yourself first. You know, that's something that we hear, but do we do it? And there's an art in doing that. And I have to say this. Well, most of us, I think, shy away from paying ourselves first, and we pay everybody else first. You know, we take care of everybody else's needs. Yes, it's important to pay our bills and all of that, but we forget that by paying ourselves first and maximizing our contributions to our 401k plans and or IRA plans, that's our future security. Mm-hmm. And when we can learn to maximize the possibility that our future security is going to be that which we live on and we draw from and we build with, that's important. And when we get excited about maximizing that, then now you really do want to pay yourself first. You want what you're doing now as an entrepreneur, everything that you're doing to create an income and grow your business and scale your business is for the sake of what? Let's take that money, pay ourselves, grow that money, and have whatever it is that you need to, what I love to say is power your own dreams.
I like that. I think a lot of times, or don't you think too, that maybe women, you mentioned it, that women are always taking care of everybody else. Yeah. And I don't know if that's in our nature, you know, like we want to nurture and we want to help everybody else, but we sometimes forget to take care of ourselves.
That's right. And the oxygen mask has got to go on us first. Yeah. I really do believe this is important, that to not only put ourselves first, but maybe even change our own identity. And this is why I'm so happy to be on your program, Deb, because changing our identity of who we can see ourselves as, we usually see ourselves as great nurturers, and we are, but we can also see ourselves as ace money managers. Mm-hmm. That's an identity that we can try on for size. And we can get better at it. In fact, that is the theme of my financial clinic. I just love to say this. I just love to say this. I said, inside every woman, I believe, inside every woman is an ace money manager just ready to be empowered. That's an identity that we can put on ourselves because all of us can get better at financial decision making, and it can be fun.
Yeah, I like that. Well, many women might feel overwhelmed when starting to manage their finances or plan for retirement. What are your first steps in coaching someone who is new?
You mean new to investing?
Yes.
Okay. That's a great question. Anyone that's new to investing is hopeful, correct? They're also scared. They probably are moving into an arena that they don't understand, and it's a big new world out there. And it probably looks and feels daunting. So that means that you're feeling like you're moving into what I call the unknown. And you are. Mm-hmm. So the first step is to make a decision that you're going to get educated. Because the difference between the unknown and the known is nothing more than a little bit of knowledge. Just a little bit of knowledge will get you started. So what I do is I really help women to determine where you are now, where you want to go. Maybe you don't have to really see the end game yet, but learn the importance of if you get started now, you're going to have a lot more time in front of you to build and earn, build and grow. And the longer that time frame is, the more you have the opportunity to grow your assets, because investment is all about the time that we have for those investments to grow. It's not just about the decisions that we make of the investment themselves. It's the amount of time we have. So the earlier you can get started as a new investor, the better off you're going to be.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like they always ask, when's a great time to plant a tree? It's like a long time ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
But what's the second best time to plant a tree is now.
Is now, yes. Yes. What are some common financial myths or misconceptions that you find yourself debunking in your sessions with women?
Oh, Deb, they're everywhere. They're all over. There are more myths than we can count. And I would say that, unfortunately, many of these myths we've not only grown up to believe, as women, we've been culturally ingrained, and many of us don't even know it. So over time, there's an awareness factor, which is part of my passion too, is to help women to understand that in the number one, or I'm going to say three, there are three myths that I see over and over again. One is the myth that it's too late. It's too late for me. Mm-hmm. Maybe that can really fit in there. There's a fear, but it's a myth that it's too late, or that I don't know enough. I don't know enough. It's too big for me. I know, where do I start? I'll never be able to do this. I don't know enough. And then the third one is, I don't have enough to get started. I don't have enough. So those three myths are usually in some form or fashion, creating a fear that keeps us stuck, keeps us as women playing small. And really, I just want to tell you, it's more than a myth. It's a lie. Yeah. It's a lie. It's a lie we're telling ourselves. And to debunk those lies, I'm here to say it's not too late. It's never too late. I have 80-year-old women in my financial clinic classes, and they are loving learning right now because
awesome.
It gives them strength. It gives them, it brings them alive that when they think about their longevity, they may be here until they're 100. That's 20 more years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's never too late. And then the fact that you might feel like you don't know enough, again, we can learn. You can always learn, because knowledge is power, is absolutely the truth of it. And then the third one is that that you feel like you don't have enough to get started. I started when I was a young stockbroker, just getting, my feet wet in the financial industry. I would just put away. My first investment was $1,500. Now that sounds like a lot to some people, but man, back then we're talking about, gosh, 50 years ago now. I mean, whew, time has gone. So $1,500 50 years ago was probably a pretty significant, that's probably like $4,000 today, maybe 5,000.
Yeah.
But today things have changed so much that all of the brokerage firms only have a $500 requirement sometimes for your first investment. And there's even new online brokerage firms. I think one of them is called, it'll come to me, forgot the name of it, sorry.
That's okay.
That has a $50 beginning minimum.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
I mean, you have, you can find a $50 investment and buy one share. You couldn't do that before because the commissions in the old world, would
Yeah.
eat up that
And everybody should be able to find $50.
Yeah, you can find $50, you can find $100. And just think, if you have $500 a month that you can put into an investment at the end of the year, you're going to have $6,000 that's growing for you. So all of us, all women, can begin right where you are with what you have. And I say you have more than you think you do. It's a shift to priorities. Do you want to spend that $500 on a new pair of shoes? Of course we do. But we have quite a few of those shoes, ladies. Why not reward ourselves by becoming ace money managers? Put a new identity on ourselves and make it a priority to learn. And those of us who have the ability to put away $10,000 a month, or $10,000 a year, $20,000 a year, $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year, the goal is to be able to retire. Right now, it looks as if in this economy, the new goal is that we should have accumulated in our retirement accounts about $1.2 million. That means we have to start putting away 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, and we have to make really good, solid decisions on how to manage that money, how to invest that money. How are we going to learn that? It's not so easy to go back to grade school or high school because they don't teach it there.
Yeah.
See, so this is what I love to do, is I'm going to be empowering women in a safe space that we can lock elbows, have a community of like-minded women who want to empower themselves and to create a new identity for ourselves. I challenge you to become an ace money manager for the rest of your life. You're going to feel good because guess what? It lasts. This knowledge you can never take away from yourself then. It will last a lifetime.
You can tell that you're passionate about it. You aim to equip 1,000 women with the confidence and knowledge to build wealth. What does success look like to you in this mission?
Well, thanks for that question. It's a beginning point for me. If I can measure and have 1,000 women come through my financial clinic, I know that will be 1,000 women that will be changed forever. That's not a lot of women, really.
No.
But it's like going onto the seashore and, just really empowering 1,000 of the little shells that come up. I mean, the number of women that want this and need this we're everywhere. So my hope and dream is that 1,000 women can empower 1,000 more women, and that we can have exponential shifts and changes. And one last thing I'd like to mention in terms of my belief system. Remember that old phrase, the glass ceiling, Deb?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I think there's been a lot of focus on women breaking through this glass ceiling. And of course, that's been we've made great strides. And that's true. And we still have more to go. I'm absolutely in agreement with that. But what if we come back to ourselves, each individual woman, and we ask ourselves, do I have the confidence? In a large way, I think it's us that keeps us back. It's not some out there glass ceiling or someone holding us back. It's us.
Yeah.
And we can really just get over or break through what I call the confidence ceiling, to learn how to be confident about taking care of our own money, to make better money decisions, to just begin to learn what is a good investment, want to learn it, and to want to take control of our own destiny that way, not give the power to others. Of course, have mentors around you, but in the end, the buck stops here. When we're retired and we have built the kind of retirement life that we want to have, we have ourselves to thank for that.
I like that. And thank you so much for helping all these women. I mean, what a powerful, powerful thing that you're doing. And then the ripple effect that it's going to have, that is just awesome. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you,
Looking
Deborah.
forward, yeah, looking forward, how do you see the landscape of women and investing evolving over the next decade? What changes or advancements are you hoping to see?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. We have already seen a great deal of progress, of course. As I mentioned before, when I first started in the financial industry, you could not be a stockbroker or someone dealing with the public. That was forbidden. It took decades for women to really rise to the level that we are now. If you look at the financial industry now, you go into any bank, most of the people that you see there are women. Most of the branch managers are women. Most of the investment advisors now are women. It's a huge growing area, not just in the financial industry, but in every industry in America today and internationally. What does that mean? That means that women already have been on the vanguard of growth. We already have. We are marching forward. Are we paid equally yet? No. There are still that gap to go. There's a gap. There's a gap between how we speak to men about women. There's about money, sorry. There's still a gap everywhere. If you want to look at the gap, you can find the gap.
Yeah.
But I would like to look at what's going right. We are really still very, very much in the infancy of the vanguard of what it is that we can do. I believe if we do, as women, take on my challenge, which is to now move into the investment field to learn investments and to grow our own financial power, then we'll not only start, the trend is already in evident right now. Women are the fastest growing entrepreneur class in America today. We are beginning new businesses faster than the guys. That's pretty cool. But are we sustaining that wealth building over time? In order to do that, we need to pay ourselves first. We need to learn how to invest better. We need to learn how to create wealth better. And then what can we do is that we can fund all of the nonprofits and be better at doing that as well and grow, because we all want to have that impact and empower, change the world. You know, women are, I believe, going to be an amazing source of energy. In fact, some people are saying that it's going to be the era of women is the next. Right now, we're in the era of technology.
Mhm.
What's next is going to be the era of women.
Awesome. I like that. I'll take the challenge.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. I hope that your audience also takes the challenge, and that we, as I mentioned before, can lock elbows, find places that you can learn, put learning as your priority, and also just know that it's something that that we can grow into.
Well, finally, how can the audience connect with you and find out more information?
Okay, I have a special offer just for your audience, Deb.
Awesome.
As I mentioned, that I do have a financial clinic, and one of the ways that you can there's an entry point to that, and it's called Wealth Builders Express. It's a weekly program where all women come together on Zoom every week, once a week, and ask questions. So you are able to listen to other women's questions, and you learn. I give laser coaching and answers from, as I mentioned, my 35 years experience as investment advisors. I let you know what to watch for, what not to do, what to do, so that we can accelerate your learning. So I invite everyone to have at least 1 month of access to that question. It's called Wealth Builders Express. I call it the fast track. It's the train. It's like we all pretend we're on a train fast tracking toward our future goals, our future financial goals. And that is a monthly membership that is right now $79 a month. And I am willing to purchase for everyone here who wants that 1 month for free on me.
Awesome.
So I'll purchase your first month. And then if you want to stay on board with us, you're welcome to do so, or you can drop off. That's fine too. But at least it'll give you access to a place that's safe, that you can learn, ask questions. And it's an amazing, we're growing fast, and would love to have all of you on board. We really would. Everyone who's following Deb is someone that I would like to lock on my elbows with.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that gift. That is awesome.
And how you can take me up on that offer is simple. Just email me and put as the title of the email, Deb. Okay, that way I know it's coming from you. And so the email is Lynn, Lynn, at lynnekitchen.com. So Lynn, Lynn, middle initial E, kitchen, Kitchen, just like it sounds, .com. So email me at Lynn at lynnekitchen.com and put on the topic, Deb.
Awesome.
I will just write you back, and I'll get you all set up, because I think that what you're doing here, Deb, I really want to empower the women who are following you, and let's do it right. Let's get you involved in some place that's educational, get you going, and something that is easy and doesn't take much time. It's 1 hour a week. If you miss it, I send you the replay, so you have nothing to lose, only something to gain.
Awesome. Well, everybody should take you up on that, because that is powerful. You have so much knowledge, and just so easy to talk to. And I think anybody out there, it'd be life-changing for them to learn from you. That's awesome.
I hope so. It's my pleasure.
Well, Lynn, your passion and your dedication to empowering women financially are truly inspiring. It's clear that your work not only promotes financial literacy, but also nurtures the inherent capabilities of women to manage and grow their wealth effectively. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today and for your relentless pursuit of a world where women are confident investors shaping their destinies. To all of our viewers, let's take Lynn's lessons to heart and strive to unlock our potential as ace money managers. Lynn, thank you once again for being an extraordinary part of our conference.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much, Deb. And thank you for the great work that you're doing in the world. It's needed. And you're doing it. Thanks so much. This has been fun.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.